Labor Day, America's favorite three-day weekend where politicians suddenly pretend they give a damn about workers. It's the one day a year the government pats workers on the head and says, "Good job, champ. Now get back to the grind so that we can skim your paycheck." You get the photo ops, though, one side kissing union babies, the other side shaking hands at a factory like they both didn't just vote to ship half of those jobs overseas. They'll slap a flag emoji on it, grill up some hot dogs, and pretend it's about honoring the dignity of work. Please, if Congress cared about dignity, they wouldn't treat workers like walking ATMs for payroll taxes or small businesses like piñatas to be beaten until Amazon swoops in and eats all the candy. Republicans act like they invented the word work, while Democrats act like every paycheck should come with a chaperone. It's a holiday, sure, but mostly for hypocrisy. Both of the old parties love workers the same way a pimp loves independent contractors. The only thing they really labor over is how to make you more dependent on them. Democrats will virtue signal with unions while handing out subsidies to corporations that crush small businesses. Republicans will scream free market while showering billion-dollar bailouts on oil companies like they're throwing beads at a corporate Mardi Gras. Both sides play pro-labor, as long as labor means cheap campaign backdrop. Meanwhile, the people who actually build the economy, workers, nurses, welders, teachers, bartenders, coders, truckers, the folks sweating their asses off in August heat, they're the ones getting crushed under a tax code thicker than a Buc-ee's brisket sandwich and a bureaucracy that thinks entrepreneurship is a hobby for billionaires only. Here's the truth. If you're a worker, you're getting screwed 6 ways from Sunday. If you're a small business owner, you're basically the cash cow being milked until your udders squeak. And if you're in bed with the government, congratulations, you're the sacred cow, fattened up on subsidies and tax breaks while the rest of us eat the leftovers. Crony capitalism isn't the free market, it's the market in black leather, a ball gag, and the end of the attached leash being held by a lobbyist whispering sweet nothings into Congress's ear. They tell you that Labor Day honors the dignity of work, but try starting your own business and suddenly you're not dignified. You're buried under permits, licenses, inspections, and fees. Government doesn't protect workers. It protects the corporations that bankroll campaigns. It's like a bad rodeo. The workers get bucked off, the small businesses get trampled, and the clown running for re-election is the one who takes the spotlight. Let's be clear, celebrating labor while making it illegal in half the country to braid hair without a government permission slip is peak American hypocrisy. You want to open a food truck? Cool, here's 19 permits, 6 inspections, and the privilege of competing against a city councilman's cousin's barbecue joint. That's not labor rights, that's a mob protection racket with a state seal. And unions? They started out as protection against exploitation, but now half of them are protection rackets that funnel your dues into politicians who don't know your name. Meanwhile, corporate posts Happy Labor Day tweet while making you reapply for your own job every 6 months like it's a Hunger Games HR edition. And don't get me started on worker protections. That's the OSHA binder that nobody reads while corporations lobby to write exemptions the size of a stadium jumbotron. Workers don't need politicians pretending to be their HR department. They need the freedom to negotiate, to organize, or to walk away, without Washington micromanaging like a helicopter parent who only read Atlas Shrugged halfway through. Here's a radical idea. Let people work, build, and trade without turning their paycheck into a government subscription fee. Protect real rights, the right to own what you earn, to start a business without bribing a bureaucrat, and to tell your boss to take this job and shove it without needing federal approval. Labor Day shouldn't be about worshiping the state's version of worker dignity. It should be about unleashing the dignity that comes when government gets the hell out of the way. Here's what a Labor Day worth celebrating looks like. Workers free to negotiate their own worth without government or corporate middlemen rigging the scales. Small businesses competing on merit, not who bribed who in Austin or D.C. Entrepreneurship that doesn't require a lawyer, a lobbyist, and a blood pact with the IRS just to sell lemonade. Labor with liberty. Business without begging. That's the dignity of work. So this Labor Day, spare me the speeches. Don't tell me about the dignity of work when the system's rigged to keep the worker, the builder, the dreamer, and the doer on their hands and knees genuflecting to the state while some bureaucrat is behind them with his pants down screaming Bohica. You want to honor labor? Get the government and the cronies out of the way and let the people stand the hell up. Labor Day, but make it libertarian? Easy. Less paperwork, fewer handouts, more freedom, because nothing says honoring labor like letting the people who actually labor keep what they earn. Otherwise, it's not Labor Day. It's thanks for your service and hand it over day.